Good morning, class 6. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great and good and healthy. Great, keeping safe, enjoying life, enjoying the rains, enjoying the weather. Winter is slowly coming in. So, we are on SSC again and we are going to start that chapter. We were at the oceans. Major domains of the earth we have done. We were doing major domains of the earth. That is also done. We were at somewhere major landforms of the earth. We were there. I was explaining you about the major landforms. So I have not finished it yet. So I'll just read the top part, first part which we did, so that we'll be into understanding it. Okay, so I'll start. Keep your pencil and copy ready, or pen and copy ready, rough copy, so that you can note down anything you want to write or mark it in your book with your pencil. The surface of the earth is not uniform. At some places it is several thousand meters above the mean sea level, while other places it is level and flat. These variations on the land surface are called relief features or land forms. Do you know that there is a continuous movement taking place within the earth? The ground on which we are standing is slowly moving. On which we are standing. The landforms on the earth's surface have been created and developed by two types of forces: a tectonic force and a gravitational force. The tectonic forces, which originate from within the earth, create irregularities on the surface of the earth. Irregularities on the surface of the earth. The tectonic or the internal force, yesterday we were talking about the internal force, is responsible for the upliftment and subsidence of the earth's surface. It pushes up or it pulls it down. Surface dislocation is all depending upon this internal tectonic movement. The gravitational force originates from outside the earth. Gravitational gradation. It modifies the irregularities created by the internal forces. It modifies it. Whatever has been created by the tectonic movement, this outside part modifies it more. How? Let's see. The gravitational or external forces continuously wear down and rebuild the land surface. The wearing of the surface of the earth is called erosion. It causes the lowering of the surface. The rebuilding of the surface is done by the deposition. Okay. The process of erosion and deposition are mostly carried out by running water, glaciers, wind and sea waves. Yesterday I told you something about this yesterday only. The way the landforms have been developed on the earth's surface offers a sound basis of their classification. The three major types of landforms classified on the basis of their elevation, relief and slope, are mountains, plateaus and plains. Yesterday I told you this is the level. Plains just above the sea level, then we go a little bit up and again it goes like this, it becomes the plateau, and again it goes steep on top. Mountain, again it's coming down. Plateau, again it's going down. going down here, and this is the sea level plane. Okay. So, mountains. A mountain is a huge landmass which rises more than 900 meters above the mean sea level. About half of the mountain surface should have steep slopes. The mountains are the highest landforms and occupy about 1/4 of the total land area of the earth. Whatever land area is there, out of that, it occupies 1/4. 100% land, so 1/4 of it, that's 25% of the land is by the mountains. A mountain range is a system of mountains and hills. Hills are not so steep, as I told you yesterday, having peaks and valleys arranged in line. Okay. A mountain chain, page 140. A mountain chain has several parallel long and narrow ranges. You will see in this map 22 world major mountain ranges. India also has it from all the sides. The only country having mountain ranges nearly about from all the sides, natural barriers. A mountain chain, as I said, has several parallel long and narrow ranges. A mountain system has several mountain ranges separated by valleys. A range is a several parallel mountains, long and narrow ranges. Now system is several mountain ranges. Imagine several mountain ranges, now they have a valley, a gap in between. A cordillera is a Spanish term which refers to several mountain groups and systems. It is generally a huge mountain belt stretching almost the entire continent, like the Western Cordillera in North America. Let's go to North America on the top part, and you see this North Pacific Ocean, and this is South America, this is North America on the top. That red line stretch, it's going straight away, the Cordillera in North America. Mountains are of various heights and shapes. Come back in the next video.